I'm Zach.
And I'm Gabby.
And this is your Market Update Monday.
Today we're going to be sharing some market data and information to encourage you on how to move forward. So today we've got a little bit of the good, a little bit of the bad, and a little bit of the ugly. So Zach is going to start us off with the ugly. How are rates looking?
Oh, they're right around like the mid sixes to low sevens range, which, sucks. They're the highest they've been in the past decade, even a little bit further than that. And that's okay. It's necessary because at the end of the day, we need to get a hold on inflation. Inflation is being very stubborn. It's still above 8%. And ultimately, we need that to go down because no one likes paying $6 a gallon for their gas. And ultimately, we keep doing that. Food prices are going to stay high. Gas prices are going to stay high. Everything's going to stay high. And it's going to affect all of our wallets. So, well, the interest rates suck. In the long term, it'll lead to something much better, and things will get back to normal eventually.
That is a very good positive twist on this.
Gabby, what are we seeing in the market today with listings?
Well, that's the bad for today, and as of right now, we have 775 active listings, which is unfortunately just a tad bit down from the previous month. It was right around 805 listings. 388 of those or so are new listings. So we are seeing a flow of new listings hit the market. It's just that flow is slowing. So not the greatest news for buyers. It's just putting that pressure on the market.
Yeah, the upward pressure. So now you have a little bit of interest rates putting downward pressure on home prices and still stubbornly low inventory putting upward pressure on the market.
Yeah. That's great. And so, Zach, tell us about the home prices right now. What's going on?
Well, we may continue to see prices decline a little bit.
Okay.
That's not necessarily the end of the world. And so, as we know, rent prices are high right now too. Because when people get priced out of the market, it increases rent demand, and it's a whole spiral effect, right? Well, let's be conservative and say they're paying $1,500 a month in rent.
That's a pretty nice gig.
Yeah, that's nice right now. Well, at the end of the year, that's $18,000 that they would have paid towards someone else's mortgage.
Yeah, that's a lot of money.
Yeah, so I mean, as long as you're gonna live in that house for more than a year, that $30,000 decrease, that 10% decline, won't really hurt you. Yeah, the payment may be a little bit higher in the meantime, but guess what? When rates go down, you get to refinance, and then you get a little bit of a better rate.
Absolutely.
So if you can stick it out for a little bit, and you're not buying something at the very end of your budget, you shouldn't really have any issues. And so that brings us to the good news for buyers.
That sure does. The good news is days on market has gone up. So last month, the days on market average was about 24 days. Now we're up to 25.9. Not huge in the large scale of things, but what that means for you buyers is that you have more time to walk into the house that you're interested in, submit an offer, get your funds together, talk to your lender, and get this thing started. Put yourself in a good position by starting on the right foot.
The thing with the days on market is it's an average. I mean, we've seen homes go recently in 3 or 4 or 5 days where people are accepting an offer. We've seen homes sit on the market for 45, 55 days on the market. The homes where you're going to get that advantage of the 2-1 buy down that we talked about last week are those homes that are sitting on the market longer.
Yes.
So it's a little difficult for you buyers to go in and see the nicest home that got offered and still get a little bit of competition and still get outbidded, going and trying to be like, hey man, I need $7,000 for closing costs. May not necessarily happen because those sellers still have, in simple terms, a very high morale. They have a lot of strength, and so they're getting a couple offers within a week. They're not going to give your 2-1 buy down the time of day.
Absolutely.
So depending on your situation, you may want to be looking at homes that have been on the market for a while.
And so, keynote to sellers, days on market is up. That means you don't want to be one of those listings that's sitting forever and having to end up offer someone a 2-1 buy down. You want to talk to your realtor and price your home just slightly below the market average. And no, that's not going to be what it was going to sell for 6 months ago, unfortunately. Listen to your realtor. They are going to give you the best possible advice. It is not smart to test this market right now. Your house will sit for a long time.
And one last thing for buyers. This is not the time to go and buy a home at the very end of your budget, all the way at the max of what you're approved for. Probably not the time to do that. If you have job security, it's a good time to buy.
So that wraps up this week's Market Update Monday.
Like and follow for more, and comment with any questions.